Hi, friends. It's Miss Angela. Nice to see you. It is Reader's Workshop. Today we are going to do something a little bit different. But first, let's take a look at Reader's Workshop. Okay, I'd like to show you my screen. So wait just a moment, please. Okay, here it is. So, Reader's Workshop, we have some routines here. And the purpose of Reader's Workshop is to learn about reading, about how we can be good readers, what is going to help us to get information from reading, and what is going to be the best way for us to learn. And so we can say, I love Reading Workshop in kindergarten. So it first starts with the mini lesson, and that's when I talk to you and when I read the story and we talk during that time. And we've talked about what my job is and what your job is. We talk about the rules, what you're going to be learning, what your job is, and then I teach you. And we teach about participating. Now, these are called RUG rules, which we will get into at school, but it's still important for you to participate, even if it is just a video. And then for you to think and learn and practice. So when you go to your independent work, that means that you're reading and you're trying out some things that I've talked about. And then stamina, that's a big word. That means that as we read, as time goes by in the school year, you will be reading for longer and longer periods of time. Right now, we are starting off with just someone reading to you, but it is very important to read, 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 read. Okay, so speaking of reading, we have read a couple books this week. One that we keep going to, which is Howard B. Wigglebottom. Yesterday we talked about the characters, and the day before we talked about how important it is to read a book more than once and to kind of look back and to look for different things, which we did 2 days. But it's also kind of neat to hear a book in a different way. So what I would like to show you is Howard B. Wigglebottom read to you in a different way. And notice things that you may not have noticed before. The reader or the narrator of this book is going to have a different voice than me. Also, you will see the pictures in a different way. So maybe you will find out something new in this book. So I want that to be your job. Look for something new and different that you did not notice before. So let me get this for you. Here we go.
Meet Howard B. Wigglebottom. Howard is always in trouble in school because, well, Howard just doesn't listen. During story time, instead of quietly listening, Howard bounces around the room.
I'd like to stop there just for a moment. Do you see how these pictures are moving, unlike the pictures when I read the book to you? When you are listening to and watching a book, it's important to look at those pictures and play a mind movie in your head. You can imagine what Howard B. Wigglebottom might look like jumping around like that, even if he's not actually doing that in the pictures. So keep thinking and use your imagination.
Howard B. Wigglebottom, please sit down, be quiet, and listen. Howard, please sit down. Oh, Howard B. Wigglebottom, you're bouncing too close to the fan.
But Howard doesn't listen. At lunchtime, his friends try to warn him.
Hey, Howard, watch your step.
But Howard doesn't listen. After lunch, Howard's friend tries to tell him something important.
Blah, 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 blah.
But Howard doesn't listen. On the playground, Howard's teammates try to help him.
Keep your eye on the ball, Howard.
But Howard doesn't listen.
Oh.
In the art room, the teacher reminds the class.
Kids, try to keep the paint on your paper, okay?
But Howard doesn't listen. So the teacher asks him to take a time out. He feels sad. Howard does not like being alone and in trouble. He thinks and thinks about his day.
Hmm.
Howard makes up his mind. From that moment on, he will try very hard to be the best listener he can be. The next day, Howard does listen during story time.
He has those listening ears.
He waits for his turn to talk and then asks a question about the story. Howard gets a big star because Howard is really listening. While walking home, Howard uses both his eyes and ears to help stay safe. Howard is really listening. When Howard gets home, he listens to his mother.
Please hang up your backpack and clean up your room now. Okay, Mom.
Howard gets extra time to play and have fun.
Awesome ears, Howard. Time for a bedtime story. Please brush your teeth first, Howard.
Howard is really listening. Howard B. Wigglebottom is really listening. Almost all of the time.
Okay, so that was a different way for us to, let me find where we are here. That was a different way for us to listen to a story and to see what was going on. So today, when you are, are you all looking at my screen? There we go. Today, when you are reading a book, I want you to think about the pictures, use your imagination, and talk to someone about that. Great job. Be a good listener. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.